Hello dear students, I am Surendra Sir, Master Teacher of Mathematics in Vedantu. I am discussing high-weightage test 7 most incorrect questions done by students. This test 7 is based on various form of straight lines and intersection of a straight line with a circle. So before we do the questions, I will like to tell you few key concepts, key ideas that are must to know before we do this assignment or this test. Okay. So first is general equation of a circle. If you know this is the equation of a circle, then you must know what is its center. That is given by the coefficient of x and coefficient of y. It is actually minus g comma minus f. Then the radius. The radius of this circle is g square plus f square minus p under root, inside under root. So this is something that you must know about a circle. If it is general equation is mentioned or you need general equation for a question. Now second thing, taking a point on a line. Suppose you are given a line like y is equal to mx plus c or ax plus by plus c equal to 0 and you are supposed to take some unknown point on that line. How you will take? You can take x coordinate as alpha, but because that point will lie on this line, so y coordinate can be taken directly m alpha plus c. Here m and c, slope and y-intercept will be known. So only one unknown is there, that is alpha. So you just have to solve for alpha and you will be able to get your point completely. Similarly, if your line is like this, where a, b, c are known, here also you can do the same thing. You can take x as alpha, then y will be minus of a alpha plus c upon b. Just put x coordinate as alpha and take ax plus c that side with minus sign. Okay, so your y coordinate will be minus a alpha plus c upon b. Then another thing, perpendicular distance of a point from a line. If you are given a line and you need to find the perpendicular distance from a point, then the distance d is given directly as a alpha plus b beta plus c mod whole divided by root over of a square plus b square. Dear students, these results are must. You need to know this. Otherwise, you cannot do, I will say, those questions where these results are required. Okay, so this is perpendicular distance of a point from a line. And then the last, foot of perpendicular and image of a point. If suppose there is a point alpha beta and its foot on the line ax plus by plus c is to be found and it is x1 comma y1, then this x1 can be found directly by writing this result as x1 minus alpha upon a is equal to y1 minus beta upon b. A is the coefficient of x, b is coefficient of y, and that will be equal to minus times. Put this alpha beta in this line and you will get a alpha plus b beta plus c and whole divided by a square plus b square. So this is how you will get the foot of perpendicular. In case we are looking for image, image means this point should be reflection of alpha comma beta about this line. So this distance will be equal to this distance and this alpha comma beta x1 comma y1 and x2 comma y2 will be lying on the same line. So x2 comma y2 if you are looking for, in this case the formula is similar. The only difference will be that instead of minus of this, it will be minus 2 times a alpha plus b beta plus c divided by a square plus b square. So this is how you can find foot of perpendicular and image of a point with respect to a line. There are many other results, but I am taking only those things which are required to solve these questions here. Okay, now this question, this says circle C is the image of this circle in the line x minus y plus 1 is equal to 0. The length of intercept made by the circle C on the x-axis is. I will tell you this question in two methods. The first method, listen carefully how you can do it. So let's make a diagram here. Suppose this circle, this is circle, let's say C1. And the circle C is actually image of C1 in the line x minus y plus 1 equal to 0. If I take this circle C1 somewhere here, okay, and take this line like this, actually the slope of this line has to be plus 1. So let me make that way only. Let me make line that way. So let me take the line like this whose slope is 1. Now this is my circle C1 and its image will be somewhere here, and this is my circle C. Okay, so circle C is the image of C1 in the line x minus y plus 1 equal to 0. Then we have to find the length of intercept made by circle C on the x-axis. See, this is a line with slope 1, that is at angle 45 degree with x-axis. So your x-axis will be somewhere here. Now they are asking the length of intercept made by the circle C on x-axis. Okay, this is what they are asking. Now, dear students, in this question, instead of taking image of C1 with respect to this line, if I take the image of x-axis with respect to this line, so I think you can understand, because this circle and this x-axis, they are image of this circle C1, and let me call this line L2 with respect to this line L1, you can say. So this length here and this length here, they should be same. So instead of finding the image of C1 with respect to this line L, we can also find image of x-axis with respect to this line L1. Okay, and that will be much easier. Please see how. First of all, the line L1 is x minus y plus 1 is equal to 0, and x-axis means y equal to 0. So the point of intersection would be, if you put y is equal to 0, so x coordinate will be minus 1 and comma 0. Now the second thing, because this line is making 45 degree angle with x-axis, so if you take image of x-axis in this line, so here this angle should also be 45 degree. Now if that is so, then this line L2 should be perpendicular to x-axis, that means parallel to y-axis. So the equation of this line L2 should become, because it is parallel to y-axis, so it should be x is equal to minus 1, or you can say x plus 1 is equal to 0. So this line L2 is nothing but x plus 1 is equal to 0. Now there is no need to find this circle C. You can directly find the center of the circle, radius of the circle, and you can find this intercept. Now to find this intercept, I'll make another diagram. So this is the circle C1, okay, and this is this line, let's say x plus 1 is equal to 0. X plus 1 is equal to 0, this line. Now the center of this circle, you know, it is minus 3 comma 1, minus g comma minus f. Now we can take perpendicular distance of this line x plus 1 is equal to 0 from minus 3 comma 1 by putting this point here. So that will be minus 3, x coordinate minus 3 plus 1 upon 1. Why 1? Because there is no y. So just under root of 1 square plus 0 square, so only 1. So this distance will be equal to 2. Okay. And also if you find the radius of this circle, the radius of the circle will be root over g square, that is minus 3 square, so 9, plus f square, so 1 minus 5, so that becomes equal to 2, I think. 9 plus 1, sorry, not 2. 9 plus 1, 10 minus 5, so root 5. Root 5. So that will be root 5. Now you just need to apply Pythagoras theorem and you will get this distance, I think root 5 square 5 minus 2 square 4. So that will be 1, and this will also be 1, because we know the perpendicular from center on any line, you know, bisect this chord. So this 1 plus 1, 2. So answer for this question should be B. Okay, so I will summarize once again what I have done. Instead of taking the image of C1 that they were asking, I have taken the image of this line x-axis about this line L1 given in the question. So we get a line that will be parallel to y-axis, and we found that intercept, because we can say the intercept here, intercept this and intercept this will be same. So that is my one method. Now if you are not very convinced with this method, we can do it otherwise also. Let's do one thing. Let's try to find the image of circle C1 in that circle in the line L1. And this line is x minus y plus 1 is equal to 0. In this case, center of C1. This is my C1. Center is 3 comma, sorry, minus 3 comma 1. Minus 3 comma 1. So as I told you, the formula of image of a point in the line, we can find the center of the circle directly, and that will be x minus minus 3 upon 1 is equal to y minus 1 upon minus 1 is equal to minus 2 times, and we put this point in the line. So minus 3 minus 1, so minus 4 plus 1 is minus 3 divided by, it will be 2, because 1 square plus minus 1 square, so it will be 2. So here you can see that this becomes equal to, I think, 3 only. So x coordinate of image will be, I think, 0, and y coordinate of image will become minus 3 plus 1, so minus 2. Minus 3 plus 1 is minus 2. So this point will be 0 comma minus 2. And because radius will not change, because if you are taking the image, so radius of this circle and radius of this circle will be same. So we have found this circle, okay, and this is, let's say, x-axis. So let me make this diagram once again here. Center we have found, okay, and this is x-axis. Now distance of this point, this center from x-axis will be 2, because this is 0 comma minus 2, and radius, as we found in method 1 also, this is root 5. So this will be 1 here and this will be 1 here also. So combining these two, we get answer as 2. So answer of this is B. So dear student, instead of finding image of circle, you could have found the image of x-axis also. Is easier in this case. Actually, this was easy because the angle was 45. If this angle was not 45, then image of line like x-axis about this line may not be that easy. So that's why the method 1 is better. But in general, you may go with this method 2 also. So this is question number 1. Now coming to question number 2. It says circle C touches x-axis at 4, 0 and its center lies in first quadrant. If it cuts off chord of length 6 units on y-axis, then equation of circle is. I think one very simple question. What you can do, just make a diagram. A clean diagram will be sufficient to do this question. So circle C touches x-axis at 4, 0 and center lies in first quadrant, and it cuts off chord of length 6 unit with y-axis. Okay, so if its center is somewhere here, that is in first quadrant, you draw perpendicular from center to this chord, let's say AB, that is cut by y-axis. So if this coordinate is 4, 0, this distance has to be 4. Okay, because this is y-axis, and this length of intercept is 6 units, so it will be 3 here and it will be 3 here. So if I join this point with this point, okay, simple Pythagoras theorem will give you 3, 4, so radius will become equal to 5. Now if we know radius, I think the y coordinate of this center, or you can say the distance from this to this, has to be 5. So we know the center now completely. X coordinate is 4 because it was a tangent. This angle is 90. X coordinate is 4 and y coordinate is 5. So this is how you can find the center directly. Now you know center, you know radius, you can find the answer. X square plus y square, if I write in general equation, x square plus y square minus 8x, because x coordinate is 4 for center, minus 10y. In fact, you can eliminate these options just by writing these two terms. Okay, minus 8x minus 10y, but radius will decide what will be the constant term. So if it is C, you know, radius will be 4 square plus 5 square minus C will be equal to 5. So solving this, I think you get C is equal to, if you square it, I think C will be equal to 60. So answer will be A for this question. Okay, so this was a simple question, I think. Now coming to this question, a line L forms a triangle of area 8 square units with coordinate axis and slope is -1. So dear students, if a line is having slope equal to -1, that means its angle with positive x-axis will be 135 degree, and from this it will be 45 degree. In fact, this is 45 and this is also 45. That means your x-intercept and y-intercepts They both will be equal. Okay, now if that is the case, then area of this triangle has to be equal to 1 upon 2 into a square, and that is given to us as 8. So from here I can get a equal to 4. A equal to 4. Now if this is a equal to 4, there can be two scenarios. Please understand. One is that if line is cutting x-axis, y-axis in first quadrant, then x plus y equal to 4, because both intercepts are 4, 4. So using intercept form, you can say x upon 4 plus y upon 4 is equal to 1. So A is the answer. But there could have been one more possibility, because they have not said that line should make a triangle in first quadrant. Okay, it can be here also, but in this case also your intercept lengths will be same, 4, 4. But because they are on the negative side, they will be called as minus 4, minus 4. So in this case, your line will be x upon minus 4 plus y upon minus 4 is equal to 0. So it will become x plus y equal to minus 4, which is not given in any of the options. So A is correct answer. In fact, if it is known that it is SCQ, then I think we can directly go with A. No need to find the other case. Next question. The equations of side AB and AC of triangle ABC are x minus y equal to 0 and x plus y equal to 2. Centroid of the triangle is 2, 3. The equation of side BC we have to find. So dear students, what you can do, you just make a rough diagram of a triangle. There is no need to make accurate diagram in this case at least. So we are given equation of AB. Let me call this point as A, this point as B, this as C. So this AB is actually x is equal to y or x minus y equal to 0. Okay, AB equation. Then equation of AC, this one. Okay, the equation of this is x plus y is equal to 2. Now you can solve these two equations to get coordinate of A. I think this comes out to be 1, 1. Very simple. Just put x is equal to y here and you get x and y both equal to 1, 1. Now, this point B, as I told you in the beginning of the session, you can take this point B as alpha, alpha. Because if x coordinate alpha, y will also be alpha. Similarly, here if you take C as beta, x coordinate is beta, that y coordinate of C will be equal to 2 minus beta. Okay, now they are saying the centroid of this triangle is 2, 3. So centroid is given by x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3. So 1 plus beta plus alpha by 3 is equal to 2. That gives you alpha plus beta is equal to 6 minus 1, that is 5. That is one equation. Similarly, for y coordinate, it will be 1 plus 2 minus beta plus alpha divided by 3, and that will be equal to y coordinate of the centroid, that is 3. And we can write after simplification, alpha minus beta is equal to, that 3 will go that side, so 9 minus 3 6. So these two equations we have got, 1 and 2. So from that we can find alpha also and beta also, and once we know this alpha beta, the equation of line BC can be found. Okay, to find alpha and beta, I think sum of these two equations will be 2 alpha, so alpha will be 11 by 2, and similarly beta, just take the difference here, so minus 1 by 2. So alpha we know, beta we know. We can find the equation of this line. How we can find it? Let me use this space here. Slope of this line BC we can find. Slope of this line BC we can find. It will be y minus y1 minus y2. So alpha minus 2 minus beta upon alpha minus beta. The numerator is actually alpha plus beta, that is 5 alpha plus beta minus 2 upon alpha minus beta. So alpha plus beta would be 5, 5 minus 2 is 3, and alpha minus beta is 6. So the slope is coming out to be 1 upon 2. So slope is coming out to be 1 upon 2 of this line. Okay, now slope we know, and we know one of the point. I think that is sufficient to find the equation of this line. So let me use this space, or maybe I will use this space, dear students. Slope is how much? Half. So y minus y1, that means alpha, that is 11 by 2, is equal to 1 upon 2, and this will be x minus 11 by 2. Now you can simplify it. You will get x minus 2y. or maybe 2x minus 4y types equation you can get. So it will be, let me just multiply. So 2y minus 11 is equal to x minus 11 by 2. So this becomes 2y minus x, and that is equal to 11 by 2. So just check which option is matching. 2x minus 4y plus 11. I think that seems correct. 2x minus 4y plus 11. After simplification, this will be the correct answer. In fact, you can check that slope is not matching here. Slope is not matching here. Slope is matching here or matching here. Now you just need to check whether that alpha comma alpha, that is 11 by 2, is lying here or lying here. Okay, so alpha comma alpha is just 1 minute. I think yeah, I think A is correct. This 11 by 2 comma 11 by 2 is satisfying here, not here. So answer of this question should be A. Let me check. Yeah, correct. So dear students, I think that is the method of doing this question. Otherwise, you cannot do it, or it will be very difficult to do it. You just need to take points in terms of alpha only and beta only on that line, and then you can solve it easily. So coming to the next question, it says two perpendicular lines passing through origin intersect the circle at point A and B and C and D respectively. Area of the quadrilateral ABCD is. Dear students, you can see this is very standard circle whose center is at origin. So the two lines, if they are at 90 degree and passing through origin, they need to be diameter. And if they are diameter, okay, and this is point A, B, okay, C, D. So they are asking the area of this quadrilateral. You can check this quadrilateral will be a square. In fact, even if you ignore the fact that it is a square, the area of any quadrilateral is always half d1 d2 sine theta. For any quadrilateral, is it right? Is it square or rectangle or parallelogram? Whatever it is, always half d1 d2 sine theta is correct. So in this case, you can see because radius is 5, so 5 here, 5 here, so d1 will be 10 and d2 will also be 10, and sine theta will be 1 because this angle is 90. So this becomes equal to 50. So I think this is one very simple question. You just need to understand the center of this circle is origin, and the line that will be passing through the center, they have to be diameter, and two perpendicular diameters, if they are meeting, the area will be given by half d1 d2 sine theta. Okay, if you can find out that it is a square, you may find the sides also, and that way also we can find the area. Okay, next question. It says two opposite vertices of a square are the point of intersection of this circle with the line. Okay, so this is one circle and there is one line. Now two opposite vertices of a square. So suppose square is ABCD, then this is AC, and your square will be like this. So this is a square whose opposite vertices are AC, that are intersection of the circle with the line. Now we have to find the area of the square. Now dear student, in this case, area can be found directly if you know the length of diagonal, half d square. Okay. Now to find half d square, what we can do? We can check the length of intercept from the center. I think this we did in question number 1 also. So here the center of circle is 3, 2. And if I draw perpendicular and the line is, I think we can write it as x plus y, x minus y actually. We can write x minus y minus 1 equal to 0. Yeah. So if you put this 3, 2 here, so 3 minus 2 is plus 1 and minus 1, 0. Oh, so that means 3, 2 is actually lying on this line. So the diagram is actually that this center should be lying here. So if that is the scenario, dear students, I think your diagram will be like this. Please understand. If this is circle, your line is actually the diameter itself. If it is diameter, okay, so this length AC will be equal to the diameter, and radius we can find radius of this circle, you know, root over g square, that is 3 square 9 plus 2 square 4, 4 minus 9, so that will be equal to 2. So AC length will be actually equal to 4. So here diameter is 4 If diameter is 4, I think we are done. 1 upon 2 into 4 square. So area will be equal to 8. So answer for that should be B. Now another question, it says the equations of two sides of a parallelograms are x plus y equal to 1 and 3x minus y plus 4 equal to 0. If the diagonals intersect at a point 2 comma 3, then equation of one of the two sides is. Okay. So dear students, your parallelogram is something like this, let's say. Okay. And one side is x plus y equal to 1 and another side is, let's say, this side 3x minus y plus 4 equal to 0. Now these diagonals, they are intersecting at the point 2 comma 3. This point is 2 comma 3. I'm not writing, or let me write it here, 2 comma 3. Now they are asking the equation of other sides. That means this line was x plus y minus 1 and this line is 3x minus y plus 4 equal to 0, 0. So we are looking for this line and we are looking for this line. We are looking for equation of this line. We are looking for equation of this line. Let us see how this can be found. Okay. So dear students, one very simple method is called method of finding locus that can help you here greatly. Please see how. Suppose I take any point here and I call this point as h comma k. Okay. Then if you join this point h comma k with 2 comma 3 and extend it further, and you take this point as, let's say, P1 and this is x comma y. Okay, so by symmetry, because this is the point where diagonals are intersecting, so these two has to be same in length. That means the midpoint of this and h comma k should be 2 comma 3, whereas where x comma y is lying on this line. So if I take the midpoint formula, we will be getting h plus x upon 2 is equal to 2. So h plus x is equal to 4. And similarly, k plus y is equal to, it will be equal to 6. So x will be 4 minus h and y will be 6 minus k. And this x comma y should satisfy this line, which means it will become 4 minus h plus 6 minus k minus 1 equal to 0. So replacing h by x, k by y, I think you get the equation of that line. X plus y when they both goes that side, and 4 plus 6, 10, 10 minus 1, 9. So that is equal to 9. So x plus y equal to 9. That is the equation of this line. So we found the equation of line parallel to x plus y minus 1 equal to 0. Similarly, you can find a line parallel to 3x minus y plus 4 equal to 0 also. This was one method, dear student. I will tell you one more method for this question. I am sure you will like that method also. Please see. In this question, we are given this parallelogram. Okay. And let's focus on this line parallel to x plus y minus 1 equal to 0. Because this line will be parallel to this, its equation can be taken as x plus y minus c equal to 0. Okay. Now, where diagonal will intersect, that is 2 comma 3. Its distance from both the lines should be equal. The perpendicular distance from here and perpendicular distance from here, they should be same. But 2 comma 3 should be lying on opposite sides of these lines. That means if we call these two lines as, let's say, some standard direction, so and below it and above it I call two different directions. So for this line 2 comma 3 is lying below, and for this line 2 comma 3 is lying above. Okay, which means if you put 2 comma 3 here, you get 2 plus 3 minus 1 is equal to, I think you are getting 4. So this line x minus y minus c, if you put 2 plus 3 minus c, should be giving you value equal to minus 4. Because for this line, the point is lying below, for this line, point is lying above. And because this point is at equal distance, so it should give you same value when putting in this line or this line, same magnitude, but opposite sign, opposite sign. So from there you can find the value of C, as I think this C will go that side. C is equal to 9. So both ways you can get the answer as A. You can apply same thing for other parallel side also, other parallel side to this line, and you can find that line. I think that option is not given in this question. So A, only A is correct answer. Okay. Okay, so that's it for this session. Thank you so much, bacho. I'll see you there in next session very soon. Bye.